Alright guys, this message is going to be for my Aquarius. I have my phone on the charger, so I can't, it's just, the cord is not very long. The cord is not very long. Exactly. So we're going to get into the message today. This is for anybody watching this video. You can reverse it if you need to, but Aquarius, what I'm going to title this is something along the lines of like, I feel like somebody here who complains about you a lot, like they got a lot to say about you, whether you know about it or not. They've had a lot to say. They have a lot of opinions on you. For somebody who has a lot to say about you, that's not so positive, I feel. They sure could have fooled me. Because what I feel is, as much as somebody like loves to dislike you or loves to find fault in you, they also, in the same exact breath, are just as invested in your life and what you're doing. I don't know if this is a hater on the outside, which is an AKA fan, if this is somebody who maybe you broke up with before, if this is a family member who's low-key jealous of you. I don't know what this is. And this may not be any of your actual stories. It could be happening on the outside of you and you just witness it. You notice it. You're like, you may even tell somebody that, somebody you know, like, listen, clearly they don't have as big enough problem with you as they appear to. Or else, why are they so invested? Like, you hear the truck? Why are they so invested in you? You know, they're like roaring. They're like, you know, I don't know. Somebody here has definitely had specific things that they have actually said about you. And a lot of it is their own opinions. I'm not saying you're an angel. I'm not saying you've never done anything wrong. I'm not saying that some of the things they've said aren't true. But this is also shit that could have been a long fucking time ago. Has nothing to do with who you are now. But because they want to know who you are now, but you don't let them in your circle, you don't let them in your inner circle, you don't let them in your life at all, you don't let them know anything about you, they have to do their own research on you and then still try to like bring up who you were or something like that. It gives me those vibes. It gives me the vibes of somebody here is like, it's very karmic to me, but I just said it in a Capricorn message. I think we're all karmics, all of us in the entire world, positive or negative, you know? But it gives me vibes of like someone here who you definitely have some sort of past with or a history with. If it's not you, someone on the outside of you, they have a past or history with whoever this is to them. And it could be family, friends, work, love, potential love, but it never got there, something. And it's like, as much as these people protest you or go against you in some way or have strong views and opinions and definitely don't mind sharing it to people, just not you. Maybe some of them do. They also actually are so invested in you. I mean, unless somebody's getting paid for being this invested in you, like a private investigator or something. Like this would be like, unless somebody's a private investigator that's literally observing their target, the person they were paid to observe, and they just don't like them. They're like, I'm definitely going to take this person down because they deserve it. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. Then why is this person so invested? Because they're obsessed. I feel like somebody's completely obsessed with you. 100%. Abso-fucking-lutely. In the most unhealthy of ways. And if it's not you, somebody on the outside of you. Let's say you have a specific person on your mind right now. This could be a specific man or woman, like the object of your affections. But somebody that either wants them, was with them, or currently could be with them, like, absolutely hates you. So they dig up every little thing they can on you or try to find everything they can about you or say all kinds of stuff to just eliminate the competition. Oh, that's what I just heard. Somebody wants to eliminate you. But at the end of the day, they also want to like low-key be you. Like, it kind of reminds me of Leo's message. You should watch Leo's message. It had very similar vibes, which that is your opposite. So you could be connected to a Leo somehow. But it's the vibe of like... make up your mind, bro, or sis. Make up your mind. You like me or you don't. You hate me or what? I mean, what is it? You know what I mean? You're spending a lot of energy here. I feel like, wow. I mean, somebody is like so invested you. I want to say digging up dirt on you. Somebody could actually be, if anybody messes with, I don't even want to get into that, but if anybody does mess with any kind of magic or anything, they could be like actually digging up dirt, like grave dirt, gopher dust, anything that, you know. And someone could also be being fake here. Now, of course, I'm doing this a lot because my lips are dry and I ran out of my lip gloss. I talked about it in my Aries message yesterday, and I stabbed myself trying to get the lid off of it because I love lip gloss. I talk a lot and it keeps my lips from getting dry. But this right here is a sign that someone doesn't have to be, but could potentially be lying. So unless this person's, you know, baseline is to do that because maybe they have dry mouth or they talk a lot and so their lips get dry, this right here tells me that somebody here could be being fake to your face. Someone here could be acting like they're a supporter. They could be acting like they care. They could be acting like, oh, I'm so proud of you, you know. They could even be on, I see somebody on someone's friends list here. Like somebody's on like your family or your friends' list because maybe they're not on yours. You blocked them or something, or they have no access to it, but just ways they can find out more information on you. Like somebody sees you as a problem or as the blockage or as somebody who gets in the way. You're the reason something isn't happening for them, and so I'm going to rip you down. It's something like that, right? But then also you could have somebody here who, like, let's say you were in a relationship with them before and they just, you know, I don't know what you did, I don't know what they did, I don't know how the relationship ended, but I mean, you could have just up and dropped them. Maybe you just, or they took it that way. They took it like you just up and dropped them. You stopped talking to them. You moved on so quickly. How'd you move on that quickly? How'd you just drop me like that when you're the one that was in the wrong or something like that? Wow, I'm channeling. And either way, they're like still straight up holding on to a grudge, thinking that they're completely innocent in the matter. And not only do they talk a lot about you and what happened in the past, which is past for a reason, and you could be completely different now. You could have well moved on in your life. They like hold something still over your head. Someone's holding something over your head, whether you know it or not. Wow. But at the end of the day, they would like hate to admit that they actually want you back. The fuck? Some of you, oh my God, really? This is, well, it's happened to me. It's happened to me. 100% it has happened to me, so it's not hard to believe. Some of you, if not you, again, somebody on the outside of you, could actually be in a relationship with somebody right now who is like their enemy. Like sleeping with the enemy. Somebody here is in a relationship with someone or sleeping with someone, at least in that type connection, where who they're with is actually don't give a fuck about them at all. Even complains to their own friends and family, like, about who they're with. Like, I can't stand this person. I can't wait for the day that I leave them. They're always holding on to me. They never let me go. They never let me do what I want to do. I'm controlled by this person. But it's like, but you're still fucking them though. But you're still in a relationship with them though. So why are you complaining if you don't like this person? Somebody was like, well, because I still care about him. Like, I don't think you do, right? Like, if somebody's with you right now and they're doing that shit behind your back, run. How would you know? Because you're intuitive. You know. You felt it. If that's you, you felt it. And if not, some of y'all may be telling a person that you know, like, I don't think your person really loves you. I think you could do better. I think you should be with somebody else, like, because, you know, or if somebody's entertaining someone, you may be like, don't even give this person a shot because this person is like, cuckoo. Like, this person is like one of those people. They are, like, why would somebody do that? Why would somebody get with someone here to not really care about them or stay with someone or someone that they don't really care about? Oh my God. I just heard that maybe even if this is an ex of yours or whoever this is, somebody may want to get back with an ex just so they can have sex with them, especially if any of you are celibate here or you've kind of changed your life, you've gotten sober, you've straightened up, whatever you've done. Somebody may want to get back with you just so they can score, just so they can say, like as a trophy, just to say they did it, to make them feel good. Like, somebody's definitely still holding on to a grudge here or playing a victim, thinking you were all bad and you were this and that, you know. If it's a friend situation and there's no romantic situation, you could have somebody here who may even want to befriend you again or get very close to you to like find out your like secret recipe or something, or you know what I mean? Basically, personal things about you. There's a really loud plane going by. just so they can use it against you in the end. Could be at a distance for some. That's not for everybody, though. You know what this reminds me of? Have you guys ever seen the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, Utah? The very last season, there was a girl on there who created this like entire smear campaign for all the women on there, and not just them, but everyone else. And she played so fake the whole time. And she was like, well, how am I bad? I'm just exposing their truths. And it's like, no, because you are. Because you are, though. You're like low-key really jealous of all these women. Just leave them alone. You don't have to do any of this. Like, you're not a private investigator. So what are you doing? You know, I feel like somebody here is a snake, really. Yeah. It's somebody that you know them. You know who this is. I wish I could get specifics on this person. Before I go, let me see if I can remote view for a minute. We'll also try to get a bonus for Aquarius. This feels pretty clear, though. I just heard a crack on my roof, and then I saw, like, as soon as that happened, I saw a guy walking on a roof, so I don't know if that has to do with anything. Somebody who does roofing, if so, that would have confirmation for somebody. I'm also hearing roofie. Anything to do with roof. Red roof in, roofie, roofing, needing a roof change, something to do with the roof, things around the house, you know, construction, building. I was seeing something else before that, though, but it went away, so I must not have been meant to see it or say it. Let me see if I can remote view. Let me hone in on somebody real quick. Somebody who could possibly be doing this to you. How would you know? This could literally be a wife. This could be someone's wife or someone's husband. It's like, shouldn't you be focusing on your current fucking marriage and your children, if you have any, right? Like, instead of focusing on you. Like, why is this person so hell-bent on focusing on you? Shouldn't somebody be focusing on who they're with now instead of constantly looking at you when they have this hatred in their heart for you and they're holding these grudges against you? It's like, why are you so concerned? Do you have unfinished business with me? Do you just need to get something out? Are you just trying to hurt me? Like, what is your aim here? You have some work to do, honey. You know, it's something like that. Like, I want to stand up for you here for a minute because I feel like somebody here has got, like, something they need to say, but they ain't saying it to you. Instead, they're telling everybody else or trying to turn people against you. Like, they want you to hurt. They want you to pay. That's how it feels. It's gross. It's like, move on, grow up. Like, somebody here is really, it makes me sad for them. It does make me sad for them because I've been there too in my life. I can relate to almost anyone that I pick up on because I've been in so many different areas of my life, you know, and I feel like this is someone here who has a lot of trauma and they have a lot of work. I'm not making an excuse for them. I'm just saying, unless it's you and it's reversed, but I feel like somebody here could, it's, you know, they may think you're the problem and, you know, but they would no sooner hurt you and they would have to hurt someone else to make themselves feel better. Like, what's really hurting is them, and that's the truth. And even if they're like, no, I'm happy, I'm married, and I've got kids, and look at my life. And it's like, no, you're hurting. Because if you were so content where you are, you would be focusing there. And that's the truth. That's the truth people don't want to hear. We'll do an extension. This is part of your extension. We'll just go a little bit longer. You see what I'm saying, guys? Like, this is someone who has a whole ass life. Makes you wonder if anything that they're doing, is it even real? It's like, you're holding these grudges on me, but then I feel bad for your spouse or your kids or whoever you're with because they should be holding grudges on you, that you're putting all your energy into hating someone else and holding grudges on someone else. Instead of giving that love and attention and transmuting that energy and giving that back to the people that you claim you love so much. At least you're posting about it. You know what I mean? Again, it's a fake. It's a lie. It's a facade, and it's only because someone here can't be true to themselves. They're not mad at you. They think they're mad at you. They're mad at themselves for something. Maybe several somethings that they haven't forgiven themselves for, They're very angry. You know, you probably aren't even the first person who's ever hurt them in any way. I don't even know what you did. You may not have even done anything. Some of you may have, but again, it's like a long time ago. And so what they're doing is, but you catch the brunt of it. You catch the brunt of their anger. Because for some reason, they're so convinced that you are the main reason. And it's like, well, then don't hold me to a different standard than you hold everyone else who's ever hurt you. And also be aware that what you put out, you get back, that you return evil for evil or hate for hate. You decide to live by the sword, you'll die by the sword. Like eventually at some point you have to stop and you have to let it go and you have to heal and work through your trauma. And sometimes you have to give yourself closure. And you know what I mean? I mean, it would be a lot easier if somebody thought that you hurt them or know that you hurt them, knew that you hurt them in some way, if you did or didn't, to just come to you and talk to you like an adult and say, hey, you know, I'd like an apology, or I feel like you owe me one. But in the same sense, like, what if you never saw the message and then they just blast you on the internet because you never saw the message or something? You see what I'm saying? Like, this is a sticky situation, and I think it's going to get ugly really fast, but it's going to get ugly for the person who's just trying to basically, like, punish you. Who else did I get punished for earlier? Virgo. You could be connected to a Virgo. There was somebody there trying to punish somebody, but it seemed a lot less serious than this. This feels more like really hateful. It feels really hateful. Like, you may not even, like, dislike this person. You may actually have love in your heart for someone, and they are just, like, so mad at you. This could even be someone who just, ultimately, it's that they wished it never ended, or they wish that you had given them a chance or something, and it's like, it's not like I'm not giving you a chance. I'm focused on my healing in my life right now. Or if it's in the past and they really didn't want the relationship to end, like, they're mad that you didn't fight for it more, or they're mad the way that it ended, or they're mad what you did. If they I keep going back to that. Like, they definitely, this is someone who definitely has to let something go. This could even be someone who you don't even have a personal connection to, but now they're with somebody that you were with, and they feel like you're the reason that their partner isn't completely invested in them. And it's like, don't fucking punish me or try to punish me for who you got with. You got with them. Shouldn't you have checked to make sure that they were healed from their past before you got with them? How am I the fault? When I'm on the outside, it's not like I'm talking to that person anymore. How the fuck am I to blame? First of all, address yourself. You see what I'm saying? Like, somebody here is like, they got to have somebody to blame, and, well, you're the lucky one today. Come on down. The price is right. Aquarius is the lucky one to blame, and you're like, come at me, bro, because you're just like, you're used to it at this point. This may even be more than one person. If you have an online presence, honey, damn. I mean, it's just like, no sooner does, look at me getting caught up in something, right? It's like, no sooner does one come after you, got another one coming after you, got this person coming, they got blah, 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 and it's like, you're going to have that. Especially if you got an online presence, you're going to have it. It don't even matter. Like, don't even address it. Because they may even do things just to get a reaction out of you. Don't even fucking address it. You know what I mean? Because that's what they want, you know? It's like when we're kids and we don't get our way. At least I used to do this when I was a kid, and I'd be like, I would yell louder. You know, when you're young, you'd be like, ah, you stomp your feet down the hall. Anything to create a scene, to make them pay attention, to like, oh yeah, you know what I mean? And it's like, wow, I thought we ascend out of that as we get older, but you just don't, some people, you know? And you've got people who just, man, you know, you shine bright like a diamond. Rihanna, Pisces, could be connected to a Pisces here. I mean, I'm hearing they want to make sure you don't forget it. So if you did do something, they want to make sure you don't forget it. And the only way, because maybe you have, or you haven't forgotten it, but you've forgiven yourself for things you've done in the past. You've moved past some things, but they haven't forgiven you. And so it's like, well, because I haven't forgiven you, then you shouldn't be allowed to forgive yourself. What the fuck? Who do you think you are forgiving yourself? And it's like, me. That's who I am. What do you mean? What do you mean, who do I think I am? Me. But they hate that. They hate that you know yourself so well. They hate that you're so confident. It comes off to them as cocky because they're not confident. So they hate this. They hate everything in you that they think that they're not. Although that they are. They just haven't embraced these sides of them yet because they're not ready for healing. Because they don't think they're the problem. They think everyone else on the outside of them is. Not for a second do they think that some of the people they've encountered on the outside of them are just merely reflections of who they are on the inside. Outside manifest. They don't see that. It's easier to blame. And this is why they keep repeating cycles. Whoever they're with now, if this is someone who's with somebody now, they're going to eventually be the problem too. They just aren't right this second. Right? Wow. I mean, what are you going to do? I guess sit and wait? Because it's inevitable. It's going to happen. It's going on right now. I'm hearing behind the scenes. It's going on right now. They watch your social media. I'm hearing definitely watch the Leo message. They watch your social media. They click on every single fucking relentless day. Yeah, bitch. Yeah, they do. They click on every fucking day. Every day. It never fails. I mean, I keep wanting to say it every day, so it's got to be, somebody's talking. You have like a really strong ancestor on the other side or something. Your spirit guide's coming through saying, oh no, it's every day. It's every fucking day. Make sure you tell them it's every day. See, you're looked after. But what are you going to do? I mean, you know, you have the right to defend yourself. Yeah, I would defend yourself. I would. But it just sucks that you even have to. You know, you've like moved past so many things. And people are just like mad about it. It's like, oh yeah, you've forgiven yourself. Well, I'm glad you can. Because it wasn't so easy for me to forget. And it's like, I get that. Like, I do get that. But that doesn't mean you have to try to like hurt me. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, it's not even like you're being insensitive. You're trying to be sensitive to people's feelings, or you would if they bring it to your attention, but it's just because they don't want to bring it to your attention. I don't believe this is anyone who wants healing, who wants to try to talk something out like adults or be kind or come from a loving place. No, I think they look at you as a problem that needs to be eliminated. That's what I think. They want to rip you down. They want to humble you. You could be the most humble person ever and they think you're not. They're assuming so much shit about you. I've been getting assuming for weeks. Different signs have been getting it. Lots of people assuming during this time. Judging and judging and judging and judging the shit out of other people. And we've all been there. I mean, we have, you know. But it sucks for the people who kind of elevated out of it and had to do all the hard work because, see, people only see you where you are now. They don't see that where you got to where you are now was fucking horrible. That spiritual work is called work for a reason because it's awful. They have no clue that you've had to address the dark sides of yourself, that you've had to tame those sides of yourself, that you've had to admit some things to yourself that you've done, that you've been, that you've thought that were not great. Because they don't really care. They don't think it's possible because they also have not gotten to a place like that in themselves. So that they can't see it in you. These are people who are judging you, who are at a completely different vibration than what you are now. And so they can't comprehend it. Like they can't understand Aquarius or Crosswatcher. They can't understand you. And so therefore I can't understand you. So let me ruin you. But they can't ruin you. I've talked about this several times before, but I'm going to bring it up again. You know, it reminds me of, and maybe they were mad about this. If you're a person that talks very openly and candidly about your past, like, yeah, I used to, I'm hearing do drugs. Somebody used to do drugs here, but they don't anymore. Yeah, I used to do drugs. Yeah, I used to be a shitty parent. Yeah, I used to drink. Yeah, I used to smoke. Yeah, I used to fuck like crazy. Yeah, I used to be homeless. It reminds me of, I'm hearing, yeah, I used to be obese. Some of you people could have talked about your weight. Like, whoever you are now, you may like be snatched or something. And I don't know, whatever way you got that way, but they want you to not forget how you were before, you know? And it's like, wow. Man. No, I'm still her. See, that pisses them off. It pisses people off. Anyway, going back to the movie that I was going to talk about. I've talked about this recently a lot, but the movie 8 Mile, in the very end of the movie, it's just like a rap battle, right? When people are rap battling people, the only way that they can really like win and get the audience to be like, damn, he won or she won, like, damn, you got him. It's because what do? They take the easy route out. They dog on the other person. By making them look bad and dogging on them, it makes them look better. I mean, I like rap battles, don't get me wrong, but that's what happens. It happens in real life too, though. And that's what somebody's doing here with you, okay? And, or wanting to do, planning to do, devising a plan, and I've been doing the whole time behind the scenes. And it's like, but the way that Eminem got the guy in the end was he's like, yeah, I do live in a trailer with my mom. Yeah, He basically dogged on himself. So if any of you have an online presence and you talk about shit that you've experienced in the past and you basically out yourself, this pisses these motherfuckers off. Like, they're mad because they're like, they planned on using those things against you, to weaponize your past against you, to be able to bring you down, and they can't when you're doing it to yourself. Like, they're just basically repeating you. But people are already aware of it. So it's not like your audience, I'm hearing, or it's not like the people around you are shocked because you've been open about it. You may have lost people over it too when you admitted it. But, you know, people who are healed and understand that people can change and people can grow and elevate, they were forgiving of your past because they also had to forgive themselves for their own. You have people that are on your team now and that you've attracted, your tribe, you could call them, that are a lot like you now, that are more elevated with you. But you get some every now and then that sneak in and they're not healed and they can't understand how you can just move forward. And you're like, well, let me show you how it's done. This is how you do it. And you could do it too. But see, they don't believe that for themselves. So it's like, because they cannot believe it for themselves, they think that it's a lie in you. But the lie is them. The lie is the fact that they have convinced themselves that they too cannot receive this type of healing. And that they too cannot receive this type of self-forgiveness, self-awareness, self-acceptance. They can. They just don't want to. Because it's hard. It's easier to joke on someone else, to punish someone else, than to punish ourselves. But ultimately, these people are punishing themselves because what they're putting out, they're getting right back. And then they don't know where it comes from. They're not aware. Why am I going through these things? Why are these things happening? Because look what you're doing. You may not have always been innocent, but you're innocent in life now. You have innocent and pure intentions now. And when people intentionally try to hurt someone who has innocent and pure intentions now, they're going to answer for that. So this was a wonderful extension. I love it. You guys deserve it. Thank you for all the love and support you guys show me. I really appreciate each and every one of you. And I love you so much. Thank you for being here with me. I'll talk to you later. Bye.